and a Cancer rising. So I'm very sensitive to all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Hear ya. I hear you. Very good. All right. So, well, I'm gonna start because it's time. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now in the astros, and I thought it was so interesting, and I want to just kind of put it together for people. And if you are already in the school of spirits, you're heard me talk about it because it's just impressive how all the energies are working together right at this second. So let's start with the year. 2024 is the year number 8. You know, the two, and the 4. It's is 8, and that's the year of the self. 8 means the self. So this year we have to really try to think about all our relationships and environments and places and thoughts and habits, just anything that is part of our lives, and take inventory and think about what are those things that are no longer serving me. um, and that does not mean that we're going to run and ask for a divorce or quit our job or anything like that. Please don't do anything like that. We need to have a plan. But even thoughts, even habits, things that no longer serve us, that we know in our heart that it's not good for us, that it's not working anymore. We need to start taking baby steps to change that, to get ourselves out of that. Because this year, if we don't do that, the universe is gonna make us. It's gonna put us in a tower moment. And if you're familiar with tarot, tower is one of the major arcana, and it means a shakeup, a big shakeup. So it's better if we take power over those changes, and we decide how to do it on our own terms, instead of the universe just saying, oh, okay, so you don't want to do this, so we're gonna give you a little push. So just start taking baby steps, either to change your job, or to change your business, or to improve your relationship with family members, partners, children, friends, neighbors, thoughts, habits, environments. Even if you don't really like your bedroom, but you don't have money to spend and go change your entire bedroom, just move it around a little bit and play with it. Whatever is not working for you, start making baby steps to change it. So that's year 8. Then we have Aries season. And Aries, again, is about the self. So again, the universe is telling us this is going to be all about us. It's all about looking at ourselves and honoring ourselves and thinking, what are the things that I need to do to make my life better? Because it's not about being selfish, but when we are taken care of, when we are well fed and loved and healthy and fit, when we are well, we become better people. We are happier, and we're going to become better people. So when we work until the wee hours of the night and then sleep 2, 3, 4 hours, we're not going to be as effective the next day. So we need to take care of ourselves first in order for us to be well, and then being able to be a better person for the rest of the people that are around us. So that's Aries season. Now, Mercury is also in retrograde for most of April. I think it goes direct on the 25th. And people are scared about Mercury retrograde, and there's no need to be scared about Mercury retrograde. Mercury reigns on technology, communication. So let's start there. So our, technology could go a little wonky. So just be careful, make sure that your phone is fully charged, that, that your card is serviced, that, whatever, that your laptop is plugged in, because it can go a little wonky. Not a big deal. Communication. This is really important because it's any kind of communication. So when we're talking to somebody, it's always good, but especially during retrograde, to ask, not for every single communication, but when it's important, for the person to repeat back to you what they understood you said, because it's going to be very, very easy to have miscommunication problems. Okay. And this is in the spoken word, this is in text. So make sure that the person on the other side is understanding your text. Texts tend to do that, that sometimes we feel, a certain way and the other person is receiving it in a different way. So if it's really important, we need to make sure that they understand what we say. Emails. Be very careful. I've heard horror stories about you writing this email that is very personal, and instead of sending it to your partner or to your friend or to your mom or to whoever, you send it to your boss. So be very careful who you send your emails to. But also, if the email is important, if you have time, let it sit for a few hours, 24 hours if you can, and then go back and read it over to make sure that you're clear. Because when we're writing something, even when we're talking, we know what we want to say, but sometimes when we're writing it, we're not as clear. Okay, so make sure that you're very clear. Also check your spam box, because many emails that are important are gonna be rerouted to your spam. Okay, that happens a lot during Mercury retrograde. Okay, the other thing that happens during Mercury retrograde is people from the past comes back. Why is this? Because retrograde, when a planet goes into retrograde, it's an optical illusion that the planet is going into the reverse. This is not what's happening, of course. A planet never goes into the reverse. It's just an optical illusion. So people from the past or situations from the past tend to come back. This is very common, that exes all of a sudden come out of the woodwork. Hey, how you doing? You're like, what? Where did you come from? So that happens. But when Mercury is in retrograde, it's a good idea to pass inventory and look on the self. Again, the self. To look at yourself, look at what are the things that may need tweaking from yourself, different things, to be better, to be healthier. So there's a theme going, and this is why this is so important. Now, there's also Chiron thrown in the mix, and Chiron is a common, and it's in the North Node. Chiron is the wounded warrior, and this is not about just accepting the wounds that we've had and maybe that we haven't been able to heal. Is to go past it, is to be it's not to be, well, this happened to me and I am like this because my mother or my father, whatever, or I am like this now because my husband, my boss, my job. No, this happened to me. This is true. But now I am deciding that this is going to be my new story. So go past that. Okay. Because Chiron is sitting on the north node, and the north node is where you're going. The north node is your path. The north node is your future. And you don't want to carry wounds into the future. You want to heal them and you want to move ahead, right? Then there's this incredible eclipse. And the eclipse energy is not just the day of the eclipse. You feel the energy of the eclipse 90 days before and 90 days after. So this is 3 months before and 3 months after. So there's 6 months worth of energy. Of course, the most potent energy is right now, and the least is at the end tail of, both sides. And eclipse is chaotic energy. Okay. So again, it's a disruption of what is. It's to go inside, is to look at what are the things that we can change to be better. Is that shakeup. Okay. So that's the eclipse. And then the same day we had a new moon. And what are new moons? New moons are new beginnings. New moon is when you don't see anything on the sky. It's the first cycle of the lunation, right? We have the new moon, and then we have the full moon, which is the middle part of the lunation. But the first part of the lunation, just like Aries is the first sign. It's also new beginnings. So we have all this energy from the astrals telling us you need to prioritize yourself, first of all, and take a good look at yourself. And what are the things that we need to change? Because if you don't change them, we're going to make you change them for you. And that's not going to be as pleasant. So look at yourself, prioritize yourself, get rid of the things that no longer serve you. Look at your north, look where you're going, look at what are your goals, what's your life path, where do you want to go with all of this, and take inspired action to move forward. And you don't have to make big changes, baby steps, because also Aries, which is very masculine energy, is also very impulsive. And we don't want to make decisions impulsively. If you decide one day, I'm done with this job, I'm going to quit my job, and you write your resignation letter and you turn it in, don't do that. That's impulsive. If you feel like that, start looking at your resume, start looking outside, just start taking baby steps. If you feel like your relationship is not working anymore, don't file for divorce unless you're unsafe, of course. Start having conversations, about this. So don't make don't make any decisions, any choices out of impulse. That's really, really important. Let me take a look here. Let me see if I can see the chat. This is a little tricky. I need to move some things around. I don't see anybody in the chat. Oh, I think Candice is here. She says that she's been exhausted. Yeah. The energies are very very strong, and we're gonna feel like that. We're gonna feel exhausted. We're gonna be really tired. I've been exhausted too. Of course, I work 12, 13 hours a day, so I need to prioritize myself. Although I'm very careful with my sleep, very, very careful with my sleep, and I do take a couple breaks during the day to eat and to talk to my husband and pick up my daughter from school and talk to her and what have you. Okay, so any questions? Kelly, do you have a question? I don't see anybody in the chat talking. Do you have a question?
No, don't see chat either.
Well, I'm looking at the chat in Facebook over here, but
Okay.
it's just you and I in the Zoom. Do
Okay.
you have a question?
No, not at all. I'm
No.
enjoying this.
Okay, good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Okay, now there's some signs, not well, everybody's gonna feel, and all that I've said is for all the signs, but there's some specific signs that are gonna feel this more strongly than others. Okay, so and these are going to be, if you have placements in this sign, sun or rising. Okay, sun or rising, not Venus, not moon, sun or rising. Those are Aries, of course, Libra, Cancer, Capri, Leo, and Sag. Okay. So if you happen to have sun or rising in the sign of Aries, this is going to invite you into a new relationship with yourself. Candice just said something else. Let me see what she's saying. Oh, she's Sag. Good. She's asking why some people feel energized and some people feel exhausted, because we're different people. And that's just the way it is. I don't have any other explanation for that, just because we just are different people and we feel things in a different way. But like me, I'm feeling very exhausted, and I'm rising Cancer, and so I'm one of the signs that are feeling it really strongly. And what I'm trying to do is, because I sit a lot, I have lives, and I talk to clients, and I have meetings, and I'm on Zoom half of my day. I try to have more physical movement, and that helps me a lot. My dog loves it too. So I walk early in the morning, first thing every day. And then if I have time, even if it's for like 10 minutes in the middle of the day, I grab him and go again for a walk. And that helps a lot with my energy level. All right. So Aries, going back to Aries. So this is going to invite you into a new relationship with yourself, okay? And we've been talking about this because Aries is all about the self. So you are going to notice a significant level of release of your old identity. Now, this can be confusing, ungrounding, disorienting for all of us, but in particular for you, for Aries, because all this is happening in your sign. And sign of Aries is the self, is your identity, is how you show yourself to the world, which is all the sun signs, how you show up to the world. But this being in your sign, it's even more so. So but get excited that you're being honored in this incredible way, and get changing. You get to choose. We all do in this energy, we all do, but especially you get to reset your magnetic and your own compass for where your north is, your true north is. So run with this, create the new you, because that means having a new life. the one that you're creating. Remember that we are divine creators. So we are creating our own reality on the go. So with that in mind, we can, the choices that we're making right now are the ones that are going to impact us in the near future and tomorrow and the next day. So choose who you want to be. Now, Libra, there's going to be a big, beautiful, and amazing new beginning for you in love and partnerships. So partnerships that is not just romantic partnerships. It can be business partnerships. It can be, all kinds of relationships. If there isn't a person in your life right now, the planets are telling you that it's coming. That is coming. So you need to use this eclipse to purge and release all stories about relationship, how people treat you in your relationships, and what you can have in love and partnership. This is incredibly important. This is very important because the stories that we continue to tell ourselves, we keep them in our reality. We need to change the story. We need to change the story. Everything is energy. If we continue to tell the sorry story, that's how we're going to feel. That's the reality that we're going to be living into. So we need to change the story. So we need to create a new story in our head and repeat that. Say, it's not negating what happened. It's not negating our feelings, but at some point you need to move on and stop telling the story. Yeah, Yari, but this happened to me and this happened to me. Yeah, you're keeping it current. Let it go. Don't tell the story anymore. Let it go. Okay. So this is the time of purging, of letting it go, releasing the all, because this is going to be a really good opportunity for you to decide your new direction and your new territory. So get your journal out, and instead of thinking what you don't want, think what you do want. Just like that. Stop saying, well, I don't want this. I don't know. What is what you do want? Think in the positive, because the brain first, and second, the universe don't understand don't. So if you say, I don't want somebody like my ex, it's just like saying, I want somebody like my ex, and it's going to come back into another person. So don't focus on what you don't want. Focus on what you do want. Okay, so take action to live in alignment with that. So whatever is what you want to manifest, whatever is how you want your life to look like, you need to start living like that. Okay, as possible as it is. More than into the physical, is more a mindset. Okay, so what do you want, so you can solidify that and change timelines? So start thinking about releasing any thoughts about the old, so you can close those old cycles and start new ones. Cancer, you're going to find that this eclipse is opening up some new doorways for you in the world of work. By accepting this, you have the power to create what you want. See, it's all about creating. It's all about creating. Through the power of your emotional alignment with this eclipse, you get to have a breakthroughs in visibility, promotions, and even pay. So the access point for this is the formation of a new identity. Again, we're in Aries season. We're in a year 8. All of this is about the self. a new identity in the world of work as someone who is a leader, who has a ton to offer, somebody that is clear, that is courageous, that is respected, and respecting their own gifts, respected and respecting their own time. So it's not only that people respect you, it's that you're going to start respecting you too. You're going to respect your gifts. You're going to respect your time. Honor your time and your gifts. Cancer, you got this. We should all do that all the time, right? So the new breakthrough work is upon you. Take advantage of this energy and focus. Focus, focus, focus. Live in the now, right now. Don't live in the past. The past is gone. The future will never come. When tomorrow comes, it's going to become today. Live in the now. That's all we got. Capricorn. If you happen to have Capricorn, Sun or Rising, this breakthrough in the foundation is going to be in the foundation of family life and home life. Okay. Where their Cancer was in work life, this is going to be in your family and home life. This is going to be where you live, how you live. You get the chance to change the energy and write a new story again, writing a new story in your family dynamics. So if you're sitting in the story that your mom and your dad are never gonna change, harness that energy through the energy that we're living right now and decide that you are going to be different. And if you're going to be different, they got to be different. Okay? So if you thought of yourself throughout your life as the black sheep or as the golden child, they both carry a heavy burden because neither is allowing you to be who you truly are. You know, positive or negative expectations are still expectations. And expectations always block true connections because it expects you to be something that you are not. Okay. So your breakthrough is going to come through owning your new identity. Who am I? Not what my mom wants, not what my wife wants, not what my friend wants. What do I want? Who am I? I'm going to own that and honor it. Okay. And that's going to be your new identity. And that change is going to impact the rest of your relationship. It's going to have, a ripple effect. So your family dynamics and your home life and releasing other people's expectations of you so you can be free to be you. Some of you are going to have a new home in addition to that. So get really clear about what you want and get into aligned action. Okay, we have to have aligned action always. We cannot manifest just by thinking about stuff. We need to take aligned action somehow. Okay. Leo, for you, this is a major opportunity to create your creative projects off the ground and solidify your manifestations. Generally speaking, you'll get the chance to see who you've been and who you've been working on. With this eclipse, you're going to be one of the signs with this new moon in particular that could find themselves conceiving or getting the breakthrough idea of a lifetime. So if you've been trying literally or metaphorically to get pregnant or get clarity on your business or your work, then you can take it to the next level with some intentionality. We have to have intention. We have to have aligned action. So keep solidifying in your mind that you are the parent of this beautiful, healthy soul, or that you have the ideas you need to have a successful, healthy business project. The ideas or the conception will come. You have to trust. Also, you have to trust yourself and trust the universe, because the energies are there. The energies are there. So lastly, but not leastly, and Candice is going to be happy because she's a Sagittarius. Sagittarius sun and rising, for you, this is going to be a rebirth of faith. Okay. Where you doubted yourself, your potential, and your life outcomes, this new moon will help you reinvest in your faith in you. Candice is saying yes. So you get a chance to take actions that will help you remember who you are. Remember who you are. Never forget who you are. You know, people will try to make you forget who you are by doubting you, by sabotaging you, by just don't let them remember who you are. And sometimes we need to practice that. I practice that because sometimes I forget too. We get so busy and we have so many distractions. So, you know, one of my spiritual habits every day is to have mantras, and one of them is remembering who I am. Okay, so it's important that you say yes when the opportunities come. Okay, some opportunities are going to come through travel, others through education, and there's going to be others that are going to come through the chance to expand your relationship with the spirit within and the spirit without. So spirit, and this is the capital S spirit, God, the universe, consciousness, it's everywhere and is in us and is us. And you need to remember that. You need to remember that. Okay. So that you can expand your capacity for divine creatorship. Whatever comes in for you to solidify your faith, hope, and optimism. So Sag, please say yes, because this eclipse and new moon is a promise to be the foundation for several breakthroughs in careers and purpose. Any questions? Kelly, Candice? Oh, I'm so glad that you love it, Candice. I think this is so interesting. I've never seen, I'm not an astrologer. I know some astrology, but I've never, ever seen so much energy concentrated in one concept, general concept, the self, the breakthroughs, the honoring ourselves and being who we are, and let go of expectations, old stories, bad habits. Everything is about that. It's crazy to have Mercury, the eclipse, Aries season, the year, Chiron, the new moon, 6 different things in one day. It's crazy. So I really, really wanted to share that with you. So if you guys don't have any questions, that's all I got. I know, it is crazy. It is crazy. Never seen anything like this before. All right, guys. So if you have ideas for topics, I'm doing these lives every week, Wednesdays at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Saving Time. Thank you, Candice. I love it that you're here too. Let me know. I am open. I want to teach you whatever is what you want to learn. And I thrive teaching. I love to be in this space. So let me know if you have ideas. What is what you want to hear? What is what you want to learn about? So I haven't even, decided yet for what we're gonna do next week, but it'll come. So if you have ideas, let me know. I'm open for it. And with that, I'll see you in the group and I'll see you next week in the live. Okay.